Good morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What They Have Moose. Moose was in My Hero Academia. I said Moose because my very first ones that I ever did was Moo Moo, Who, Oh, and so I was like, you know what? I need to create something that's opposite to Moo Moo. So this is gonna be Moose. Or Moosey or Moose. So, and this is a separate timeline, not the one that I usually go to. Who? Who? So, yeah. The for for the so yeah, and Moose compared to Moo Moo, Moose has the ability to clomb um around. Like he can build so much energy up, and when he lets it go, oh, the through his own hammer or his hooves, like his feet. And he is like a big brother to Pony. Yeah. Because he is also, and if my two custom characters ever met in the same universe, Earth, they would probably both argue at each other's. So, yeah. So, and he has a sledgehammer that, and he charged up. But that's not all he could do. He has the power of infinity, zero, and illusions. But way that he does the illusions is through his horns on his head. Produces like this, or like when he takes them out and slams it onto the ground, it creates a barrier. The size of a barrier, or larger the size, the larger the illusion could get to. He's unaffected by the illusion. Mm. Yeah. So let's begin. Them being born, and at age of 3, the this girl right here, she's the same age as them, finds interest in Moose. So she hangs out with him. In her head, she thinks that he's a very special person in her life. She really doesn't care if he was quirkless or quirked. So yeah. So then at age 4, hold on, let me turn it all the way. So at age of 4, they go to a quirk doctor. He told Pony that she has a quirk. I don't remember what quirk it was. Then he then the quirk doctor looks at Moose and told him that he has a shock absorber quirk. And so, yeah. So he uses the shock absorber a lot. So, like, actually, one day, let me explain what shock absorber does. Every time there's something hits him, it's like a brick wall. It absorbs the shock wave. A person, or like a truck, or a vehicle, or the train. Sorry if I'm yawning. I just got up a little bit ago. So yeah. So if a train hits him, instead of sending him flying, the it does nothing. Like it just pop. He absorbs the shockwave. And yeah. So yeah, at age of 5, the someone's brakes didn't go. No, and yeah, not hers, but the if you haven't read Mr. Zombie, this one, where there's this like young girl is about to get killed by and when he got saved or she got saved by a guy. Yeah. Well, that's the same instance. But actually the sound wave or no, shock wave when he like gets hit and the entire truck or no, the train. Yeah, train. So the train part does what the guy did, and it like dented upwards. Or dented in. So yeah. So yeah. As he's like, okay. And he turns around. He gets the young woman and her child off the road or off the tracks. As yeah, they thought he was gonna die, but then when they saw what he did, surprised even her. As he says, as the so he got the he as the yeah. So that's his energy building up. So now he goes to UA. Or so time skip to 15. So he got so many like punches through like the back and the front. He's orbiting enough, no? As he used a sledgehammer that was custom built for him to stand his power. And when he lets go, oh, the one little tap caused such a big explosion that even yeah. So that's why. So then at age of 15, they go to UA, and of course, there was 1 and 2, and then 3. Let's say there's 3 areas. So Moose, went into a first area, or was assigned to a first area. His sister and her went to the second area. So then, yeah. So they did a written part, and now it's robot part. As 1-pointers, 2-pointers, 3-pointers try to like use all their strength to knock him around, but they fail. As he says, "All right, time to bring down the hammer. It's clobbering time." As when he slams his hammer down, it caused such a big explosion, it wiped out the entire robot nation thing. And as they could not believe the sound, like deafened most of the students' ears. Like, ow, that a flippin' hurt, man. You know how like Jiro has every time she uses her quirk, the blood, notice that her blood comes out of her ears? Yeah, it's basically like that, but it's for everyone else. And they're like, but there is one thing that Moose did, and as he says, here, put these in when before. Okay, as she puts headphones in between him and his sister, and when they saw the explosion, he got over 9.6 tons of points right off the bat. As everybody's like, whoa, dude, calm the flippin' down with your sound quirk. And some of them are like, what did you just say? Or what did you say? But it's just a ringing in the ears. So yeah. So he is in class 1A. His sister, are in class 1B. And yeah, everyone's like, if this kid can produce that much sound, um, or the explosions like that, as Bakugo's like, are you copying me? No. It's the, you do it from your sweat. And I do the, every time there's, let's say if you try to explode me, I will have to release the in some parts of my body or the object that I'm holding. Really? Yeah. And he doesn't know he has the infinity power and zero, so yeah. An illusion. Yet. So the ball throw, tossed the ball. Oh. With like little less effort. Right? Right? Okay. Right? And when he like shoots the ball, well, it was good 100 miles out. As he says, that's the okay. And Mr. Ozawa says, as the, I know that um, you're trying to set the bar low for yourself to improve. Yep. It's just to make some improvements to it. Okay? Okay. Just so then I'm gonna try him, or Mr. Azawa says, I'm allowing you to try using your quirk. And I'm also allowing you to use your sledgehammer. Okay. Ready? As he builds up momentum by clumping his hooves to like onto the ground. And they were like, what is he doing? As he was building the momentum. As Mr. Ozawa says, I see. All basically, all of his parts of his own body can produce like generation. Like basically, if he gets hit by a, yeah. So Zuko, or so Moose, build up enough momentum. Now I'm ready. All right. But before, as he points to his headphones things, as he puts on, or he tells the rest to put their headphones on. And they're like, okay, yeah. They put their headphones on to make sure that they don't, like, get whacked or So, or when he says ready, set, go. As he comes in full swing, and when he hits the ball went flying all the way to infinity. With enough force like that, the explosion made it even go all the way to the sun. As he says, I hope that wasn't the ball that's you been allowed to. Oh. Why? I think it landed in the sun. And sorry, Mr. Ozawa. Once I build up the barrier, that's okay. It's so, and I know that Moo has this like transformation thing. Like he transforms into a cow, and Moose has the power to, or like absorbs like impact damage, or like build up momentum thing. He can launch himself all the way like a rocket. So yeah. And so then at USJ, because I'm skipping the heroes versus villains. At USJ, so they battled against the villains for the first time, and he says, guess we have to fight because 13's down. As Mr. or Tenya needs, or actually, as he slams his head as he left his hammer at UA. Okay? But the hammer is connected to his life force. So as All Might tries to grab it before it launched it, and as Nezu can tell that if it was vibrating, ding, that means something's wrong at UA or USJ. As it launched like a missile right before the Nomu let off the hit on, as he says, I'll be right back, as Tenya, or as the Moose ran right into the Nomu, and the door busted open. The He grabs the hammer out of thin air, or out of air, and slams right into the Nomu's brain, causing the explosion. And plus enough force in the hammer that the Nomu's brain exploded, killing the Nomu off. As he says, I feel great now. Now you're just gonna... As he picks up Mr. Aizawa, I'm gonna get you, or we're gonna get you out of here. As the villains, they all like swarm right into, as he says, knock your heads out. As one of the villains shot his horn off, or it broke off, for him to escape him with Mr. Aizawa. As the needle went into the villain's arm, as his body was like got cocooned, as the man inside of the cocoon was screaming in pain, screaming so loud. Everyone was like wondering what's going on, as the horn grew back on his head, or actually it retracted back into his head. As so dumb luck, as the horn disconnected, but he pulls it out without hurting him, as he uses it, saying, here we go, as he slams it down onto the pavement, as the illusion barrier came up, trapping the villains inside. Hing. Plus, it was the size of a USJ. So, it was pretty big. In size. He's 2. So, yeah. As he told students to get out of here quick. As he uses his sledgehammer to pick out everybody, like all those students out. As Mr. Aizawa was down and out, not killed, but as he says, okay, I won't leave you, or 13. As he grabs her, puts her on his back, as he runs super fast. He went right through, as the Kirigiri was right in front of or actually was going to teleport the Mr. Ozawa 13 and him into back into the, but he dodged, and he says to Dark Shadow, "Here, catch," as he throws Mr. Ozawa and 13 in, as he got teleported back to the front square, or front area, as Mr. Ozawa, or actually, no, he gets teleported to All For One, and as All For One and says, you must be the one, and as All Might showed up, as the students were tearing up, as the villains, Shiraki-sen and Kirigiri, got away, and the villains were just relaxed somehow. And they did a head count. Okay, 1, 2, 11, 12. Wait, we're missing one. As they looked at each other's, and then one of them spoke up, saying, one of the villains, or the villains, have moose. Wait, so you're saying they have moose? We need to find them. As Zuko, or they thought Moose was gonna join the villains, but then they hear a loud bang, like the loudest, as he says, "Take this," boom, as he swings his jackhammer around, as sending All For One flying around like a little rag doll, all the way around the city, without anything. As they could hear that some of them, like her, or she actually says, "Just follow explosions. That's all it is." As All Might lies around, and he sees the destroyed area, as All Might was going to battle against All For One. All For One versus All Might happened earlier in this What If. So, yeah. So then Zuko, or so then All For One, or no, All Might was down, but not out. As All For One says, "Say your goodbyes," as a sledgehammer slams right into, or no, or actually he build up momentum, and when he slams right into All For One and chest, he says, "Say your goodbyes." Boom! As blood dripping down Moose's face, as he beats All For One with enough force. Hers. As now, let's finish this. As he throws the hammer right at the All For One's chest, sending him onto the bottom of the sea floor. As he goes down there too. Oh, as he says, now, as he grabs the horn and stabs him in the heart, as his illusion is now, and plus his horn turns bright as blue, and when it got into All For One, the All For One's immortal quirk got erased from history that killed All For One, and yeah, there was nothing left of All For One. It was like he got killed from fabric of reality, like that. So, yeah, basically Zuko, or so Moose, picks up his jackhammer as he jumps, or he uses his quirk, jumps over all the way to the back to the crime scene, as All Might was still bruised, but but Zuko, or so Moose, came back as they said, and to him, or All Might is surprised. Yeah. And so Moose tells him that if I had to choose between being a villain and being a hero, I would rather be a hero than being stupid villain. As for my sister's sake, that's what I choose. Who? So, yeah. So everyone that heard it on the news that Moose, who's killed All For One. And of course the random villains just comes out of nowhere. They're like high-end villains, not low-tier villains. They're high-tier villains. Plus the Nomus that are high-tier and low-tier came in. But Moose says, I'll take care of them. As he says this, as All Might knows what he's going to do, as he's covering his ears, and when he used his special move, Tornado, as he spins around with his sledgehammer, and he spins around so fast that even it wiped out the villain's population about 0.1 second fast. So, yeah, All Might was surprised. Is that his special move? So, yeah. And he doesn't feel dizzy from doing that. Yeah. So then 2 weeks have passed, then sports festival. Then the Principal Nezu tells the Moose that you're pretty strong for being a student. Thing. The And what are you in before? What was you and All for One talked about? Oh, he was monologuing about how I can be a villain just like how he is and take out all of you because of my quirk of sound explosion thing or sound wave him or shockwave him or energy blast, one of those things. So, but he said it was your choice, villain or hero. And I just looked at him with confidence. He says, I choose to be a hero, just like how All Might and the rest of them want to be. If you try to hurt my friends, I will make sure. So, yeah. So, that's why. I was never gonna think about being a villain. Because, in my opinion, as he says, in my opinion, is dumb. Wow. You really get the... Yeah. So, when you're so powerful, when Nezu says that, I want you to set this one out. Of a sports festival. You'll be the commentary one. Okay? Okay. So then, yeah. So then, after that, Moose leaves. And you know who showed up? Was her. She wraps her arms around him. And she tells him that she was so worried about him. Like, she even called him Sweet Pea or Sweetie. Plus, his sister was like, yeah, we were both worried about you. The brother, I thought you were gonna be a villain. No. Why would I become a villain if I have everything? I have you as a sister. Her. I would rather hang out with friends than throwing it all away. Okay? So, yeah. So then, so she was trying to be romantic with him. And his sister tells him that she's always been so worried about you know, who being every time you're in class 1A, where she couldn't stop talking about you. Like, how's, I think, yeah, so, plus when she saw you battling against All for One, hun, she knew, that that you were gonna lose, but then you triumphed. Huh. Yeah. So yeah, Zuko ends up, so Moose was commentating, or like, yeah. So he ends up with Music Mike, as Music Mike says, the sorry. So Music Mike introduces a brand new host, or not host, but the guest star in the booth today is Moose, who's the Sunatory. Yeah. So, yeah. Basically, and so he was watching the fight, or like all the way through. As how did you feel about your sister's doing pretty good? Huh. Yeah. I have confidence and that she can make it to any rounds. And how about that girlfriend of yours? The same thing. She already, as he doesn't want to say it, and but she knows as he's gonna say it, that this is what he stopped himself before, and he says this, that she already made it to the final round in my own heart. Yeah. So basically, yeah. So then everybody's murmuring the Moose is pretty powerful. Yeah, did you see him battle against All for One? Yeah. He absolutely gets annihilated. So yeah, everyone could not stop talking about this kid that defeated All for One. So yeah, then there's no point in going into, or actually during the ESJ or the internship thing, he walked around because to calm himself down home, and he runs into Hero Killer Stain, as he says, "You must be that Moose that everyone talks about, that defeated the symbol of evil by yourself." Yeah. But he tried to convince me on joining his League of Villains. But in return, I sent him to an late grave. Instead. So then he runs up and he's about to slash, but then the sledgehammer came in so quick, ending him flying and knocking his butt out again. Like, man. As he grabs as Moose grabs him, or actually calls, you know who he called? He called Nezu. Or actually, Chief of Police, actually. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Go slow, up, scroll up. So, he calls the Chief of Police. Hey, there's this one lunatic, and calls himself Hero Killer Stain. And should I bring him in? As Chief of Police says, yes. So he brought Hero Killer Stain in. Then his popularity went through the roof because of... Yeah. So then the popularity of the internship thing got more. And then Zuko ends up becoming more popular every single minute. Every single second. Yeah, so So then, now, this is please wait for part 2 to be filmed. So, bye.